Wherever you look, you see the handiwork of scientists. Improved crops, more productive soils, more useful, more efficient machinery. Credit the men behind the agricultural scene with increasing the marketability of most crops. Today's cabbage packs more vitamin C. The stringless string bean has more snap. New potatoes are now available all the year. Not only has agriculture miraculously increased yields, feed more people, machines have... Take this combine. It harvests 400 an hour. Scientists working to improve plant quality through breeding have given potatoes shallow eyes, so they're easier to peel. And they have also improved storage methods. Modern communications are helping this farmer sell his lettuce. This is just one of 200 perishable products which move to market when and where needed, thanks to an intricate market information system. As for celery, production could only keep up with demand through research in soil-borne diseases, in weed control, in field trimming and field packing. Great new harvesting systems and distribution methods had to be developed to bring these crops from faraway farms fresh to our tables. And so a rolling factory gathers together the goodness of nature and does it economically. Through imagination and hard-won knowledge, through science and technology, agriculture works newer and newer miracles. Our camera is taking you behind the scenes to show you how. Throughout the marketing system, improve handling, processing, and packaging, maintaining farm fresh quality all the way to your dinner table. Here, powerful vacuum coolers and ice water preserve the quality of sweet corn. Today's parade of improved crops is sometimes taken for granted. Plant research has bred into them special qualities for fresh use, freezing. Marketing research has improved methods of handling and storing. Here is maid service. Maid service on a grand scale for America's millions of salad bowls. Even little radishes are cleaned until they shine like cherries before automatic packaging protects their quality. Behind the miracle of our abundant meat supply are better breeds of livestock and improved feeds. Cattle and other meat animals are carefully inspected for safety and wholesomeness. Meat products are better today than they were a generation ago, and more plentiful. This feedlot uses a train to help finish cattle for high-grade meat. Meat, the most important item in the food budget. Turkeys, which used to be a holiday feast, have been bred in smaller sizes and with more white meat to please you and your family. One of the most remarkable food miracles is the story of chicken, a triumph of research on the farm and in the marketing system. Once something special for Sunday dinner, chicken, inspected and graded, is now thrifty every day. Yes, in one generation, people of this country have doubled their consumption of poultry. Farm research has led to the control of disease, improvement of breeds, advancement of production. Marketing research has developed low-cost methods of mass distribution in processing, storing, handling, and packing. And these boxes join the never-ending parade of food. Food on the move, crisscrossing the country. The boxes are loaded on trains and trucks. These huge refrigerators on wheels bring farm products to assembly points and connect central markets with retail stores. Transportation and terminal markets are being developed to serve the growing America, to bring products from farm to city in the most economical way possible. This great city market is the result of modern marketing research. Inspecting and grading at various points assure you of high-quality vegetables and fruits. Certain farm products are stored to make them available the year round, thus balancing periods of plenty and periods of scarcity. Some crops now keep from season to season. These apples, for instance. Scientists have found that polyethylene liners can best preserve their quality in storage. And so agriculture advances as research creates new industries to produce new products. Meet some of the cooks you hire when you buy convenience foods. These women are checking fresh potatoes before making them into instant mash. The work goes on in large plants of the United States and Canada, where millions of bushels are processed. This new use gives the potato farmer greater stability for his crop. After being cooked, potatoes are dried and rolled into tissue-thin, dehydrated sheets. These are broken into flakes or granules of standard quality, texture, color, and taste. Packaged instant potatoes give the housewife a new convenience. This shelf item will save her 23 minutes of cooking time. Research with consumers helped put the new product on the market. Other scientists have fixed the glutens in flour so that industry cooks can make your favorite bake and serve products. In this case, a mechanical cook fries chickens, then combines them with pre-cooked vegetables to be frozen on individual serving trays. Now anyone who can heat and serve can cook a meal. When scientists stabilized shortening, ready-mixed bread, cake, and rolls became a reality. Scientists are also working on such things as a powdered whole milk that dissolves instantly in cold water and tastes like fresh milk. What's more, they are studying the best ways to package and market this product. Thus, agricultural research in colleges, industry, and government goes forward. Result, new products, new businesses, more jobs, greater buying power for the products of both farm and industry. Among the many valuable new products created in agricultural laboratories are man-made vitamins, films and fibers from high amylose starch, mass-produced antibiotics, and the blood plasma extender, dextran, made from sugar. While scientists conduct research in new uses for farm crops, they also try to improve those products already in use. From cotton, science has given us the miracles of wash and wear fashions. Cotton fabrics with permanent pleats and clothes that resist wrinkles. Treatments have been developed for wool garments to keep them from shrinking when washed. And tanning agents, now made from a new kind of starch, produce leathers that are soft and luxurious. Each advance in agricultural knowledge helps everyone, whether you farm or not. Eventually, all the good things reach the retail stores. Yes, the corner grocery has really grown up. Shoppers enter the supermarket on one side, while on the other, a steady stream of products is delivered on a tight schedule. It is here that the miracles of research and services are tied together for the consumer. Every day, from American farms and ranches, from distant parts of the world, from packing sheds and processing plants across the nation, comes the great variety of foods Americans demand. The supermarket, created by research and industry, is the showplace of today's agriculture. Help yourself to a miracle. Yes, here is where the shopper benefits from the work of the scientist and the farmer, the processor and the marketer.
Okay, good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning,
Yeah,
Doctor.
Good morning,
so
Doctor.
perfect. Have you watched that video?
Yes, Doctor.
So if you wanna give a title, for the video, what will be the
Good
title?
morning, Doctor. Not all.
Okay, not all. Yeah, but you got the idea, right? You got the idea. So if you wanna give a title for that video, what will be the title? The main idea for this video, what will be? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So yeah, what was the main idea for that video? Anyone? The main idea for that?
Agriculture from harvesting until marketing.
Okay, Zena. Yeah, agriculture from harvesting until marketing. Yeah, could be one of the ideas, but the general idea, what is the general idea of the video? This is, yeah, harvesting, marketing, history. Thank you, Layel. You're thinking because the voice of that man is very old voice, and you see very old building, but yeah, it's not history exactly. But actually, it talk about the how that process is started, but it's not history. You mean agriculture history, but it's not agriculture history. Yeah, more brainstorming, more
Let's talk
brainstorming.
about sustainable agriculture.
One more time, Sheikh. I couldn't hear you. One more time.
Sustainable of agriculture.
Science and agriculture. You say science
Yes.
and agriculture. Yeah, this is actually the main point for the video is research, agriculture research. So even that video, it looks all video, but you see that he talk about everything in agriculture, and he just say agriculture research is everything for the society. And by the way, he started from the farm, whatever the farmer is doing during the agriculture processes. I mean, the planting, the selection of the varieties, the agricultural practices, everything the farmer or the producer doing is still research. And after that, marketing research is also a part of agricultural research. And even cooking for consumer, cooking research. You see how they produce that potato powder. So when you want to cook potato, it will be very easy to take that powder and you start the cooking process is very easy, right? So even the frozen meal, like make all meal ready and just frozen in a very good way. So you take it and you heat it and that's it. So it will benefit one like me. I'm not cooking anymore, so that will be very that was very great during the US period for me. So I just go to the supermarket, find that frozen halal meat, and then go to home, just microwave, and that's it. So you see, uh, agricultural research in all areas of our life, and not only this, even for vitamins, even for antibiotics, even for fashion. When they take the what we call textile in the industry or صناعة الغزل والنسيج. So this is also agricultural research, and this is actually what we're gonna talk about today is agriculture productivity and research policy. Okay, so you see the slides? Can you see the slides?
Yes, Doctor.
All right. So we just, yeah, I cannot believe that we just reached the point before the last point. Alhamdulillah. So today we have agriculture productivity and RD. RD, as I explained in the introduction, is research development policy. But here, I took it in a different way. I just focus all this lecture. It will be very light lecture and a very light unit, by the way, on research development policy in the Sultanate of Oman according to the Vision 2040. So even until yesterday, I was searching a lot, find more updated information because last year was old. So I try to update the information for you. So we're gonna talk about productivity. This is the first part, and research development policy. And all the time, dear friends, you have to remember productivity is not all about the quantity. It's not all about the production. It's all about quantity and quality. We call productivity. So it's very important to cover and to fill the gap of the food security, as we're going to talk with quantity. This is in one side, and the other side, the hidden side, is the quality. And I will explain this in a moment, inshallah. Research and development policy. I'm not taking the decrees and policies and that stuff. I will explain some of the statistical analysis about the Sultanate of Oman, how Sultanate of Oman, inshallah, achieving the strategic plan 2040 in agriculture sector, of course. So we have these topics like investing in agricultural research, fine evaluation research in agriculture, like government trade research development, and like general I can say not regulation, I say investment. I can say investment in agricultural research. All right, so here, by the way, today, if you understand, you can get more vision. It's not all about memorization. So here, agriculture in the Sultanate of Oman specifically, I'm talking about agriculture sector is very important in the economic development. We call one of the pillars. You know what does it mean? What does it mean? Term pillar. Pillar means anyone? So in Islam we have 5 pillars. So here for economic development we have many pillars, and agriculture sector is one of these pillars. I don't know how to say in Arabic. Maybe fard or amud, or very important part or very huge proportion. We call it pillar. Okay. And according to the statistical, the updated statistical analysis which I could find, agriculture sector like provide from the food production aspects, it's a provide in the Sultanate of Oman about 89%. And by the way, agriculture is not only for getting food, it's for food security system. This is one side, one part, and also for providing more jobs, more employment opportunities. And it is very important approach in the strategic plan 2040. A lot of investment will come for you. So inshallah, after graduation, you will have a very good opportunity. You need only to qualify yourself, so you will get a very good opportunity, inshallah. Most important part here is to increase the aim of that strategic plan, to increase the food production in the Sultanate of Oman. Finally, the ultimate goal, which inshallah will be addressed, you're going to have food system. Accordingly, you're going to have food chain and value system analysis, inshallah. All right, this is in agriculture, the vision in agriculture sector. So the Vision 2040 is sustainable agriculture and rural development. This is the way, and I think I'm very sure that you know what does it mean sustainable agriculture. Okay, and according to the vision, is you're gonna have more investment in order to achieve food security and more comprehensive development goals in the Sultanate of Oman. This is what is written in Sultanate of Oman Vision 2040 in agriculture sector. Part, you find the most important, the target is to have sustainable agriculture and rural development, all right? Now, why really research and development? Why we need to invest? Why we need to have or to put money in research and development in agriculture, of course. The idea is all the time we are, as mentioned many times, population is increasing. And instead of increasing or developing the agriculture products, actually we have a gap, and that gap, according to the statistical analysis, will be increased in a huge proportion in the future. So all about growth in agriculture productivity, which will cover the food security and food prices for the country in general. And here we have the term which is growing food demand per capita. Like, as I mentioned, per capita means per person. Like you have salary, you have whatever that per person, or you have amount of water per person in a year. So we call this is per capita. The economic way to express the right for person, whatever the right is, we call it per capita. So here for food, growing food demand per capita. And most importantly, significantly, we cover the yield gap, and that yield gap actually increased. Instead of decreased, it's actually increased. Investment in research and development, very important. You cannot imagine China and some other countries like Brazil, as far as I remember, and maybe India, as far as I remember, they account around 31%. They invest 31% of the public research investment and research and development to increase the productivity, to increase the production and productivity. For Oman, here the sustainability or the food security part, by the way, we will explain this in details next week, next lecture. So here for food security, we have many different areas. We have many different parts to cover. I can say for food security, there are 4 pillars. Sustainability, this is the first one. And here we have efficiency, second one, integration, third one, and competitiveness, fourth one. So under each one of these different areas or different parts, we have another sub-parts, like food security directly and significantly related with plant and animal resources, agriculture and livestock, production system, even, which is very, very important, even after you got the product from the farm, which we call post-harvest, we have a very long and very complicated chain which we need to manage and cover. We call it post-harvest management. We need to work for food security and competitiveness. We need to work for quality and safety. We should have logistics services. We should have, of course, what we are doing in this course, policies and legislation. So all these we call food security. And remember, here all actually based on research, development, and innovation. We need to think. We have challenges. We are facing challenges in agriculture, and all the time we need to think how to solve these challenges, how to face and how to solve these problems. Okay, by research, development, and innovation. Creativity is the way. Creation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we need to think and develop the ideas to face the challenges. Right. So this is the real situation, because now all the people working, but even though, just have a look for these key crops. We call key crops or strategic crops. So we have here corn, wheat, rice, soybean. I can say like very important, very strategic crops. From 61 until 90, we have the production here. So instead we should the production should be increased, right? Because on the other side, the population is increasing. So the production should be increased. But the actual words, not. So here you see from 90 until 2011. So for example, corn was 2.33. This is the average annual growth rate according to Alston 2014. So instead of 2.33, we have the average now 1.77 from corn. If you look for wheat, which is disaster number here, you see from all days was 2.7 and now 1.09, which is disaster. Wheat is very strategic crop in most of countries, as same as rice, as same as soybean. So now we have really a big problem here for production. Why these rates decreased instead of increasing, actually decreased? Because of many problems, because of many different challenges. Could be climate, could be agricultural practices, could be varieties, could be the way of the people how to look to the agriculture. Not all people now try to do the agriculture because agriculture costs a lot and maybe you're not getting any rewards. So a lot of the challenges. So the way which you need right now is research and development, right? You need to invest more in research and development in order to overcome these challenges. So combination of food security here in Oman and the way which Oman, the Sultanate of Oman is looking for agriculture is actually the combination of food security. And right now is not agriculture and fisheries, even agriculture, fisheries, and water resources right now. So the government is trying to invest more money and put more money in these different agriculture aspects in order to reach the self-sufficiency. So the ultimate goal which we are looking for here is to reach what? To reach self-sufficiency from the production, I mean. For agriculture, there are many different areas, but you know, we are facing big and huge challenges. Like one of these is the rainfall, for example, limited rainfall, or the very dry areas, or the abiotic stress, I can say, temperature and salinity. So a lot of challenges. One of the aspects is fisheries, for example. So fisheries, one of the sectors which Oman try all the time to develop according to the Oman Vision Strategy. And there are a lot of industries and techniques right now try to have more initiative, like aquaculture initiative, in order to develop that sector. So for the structure and oversight here, I tried my best to find the information. So the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries before, and now Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources. One of the primary government party here in Oman try all the time and responsible all the time for more research and development, invest more and have the regulation in order to invest more in agriculture sectors. And some of the, not only this is the government body we have in Oman, but some other largest companies start to work in agriculture fisheries. So these companies, they make like a group called Oman Food Investment Holding Company, Oman Food Investment Holding Company, which is OFIC, right? This kind of consolidation established around 2012, and also they mandate to invest more in food security, economics, in order to provide more job for Omani citizens, all right? So remember this kind of grouped company, Oman Food Investment Hall Company, OFIC. Right, so OFIC has like brought 4 of the largest state-owned agriculture companies under their supervision. And the name of these companies, Oman Flour Mills Company, Oman National Livestock Development Company, Oman Fisheries Company, and Oman Food International. All right, so now we have one umbrella, which is OFIC, and under this umbrella, we have 4 large states working with agriculture food, right? Flour Mills Company, National Livestock Development Company, Fisheries Company, and Oman Food International. And not only this, also every time another companies were added to the four groups. Like we have Annama Poultry working with poultry company. We have Usul Poultry Company. We have Mazoon Dairy Product Company. We have Al Bashair Meat Company, El Muruj Dairy Company. So all these. So now the idea is that because the people, okay, now we have great challenges in agriculture. We have government body, which is, and on the same time, the other groups start to invest in food security and establish these different groups of company. They are working in different way. All right, all these they established around 2015, 2016, and we expect more investment in the private companies as well as in government and private institutions. So institutions are very important bodies because research and development need scientists, and you find scientists in institutions. So institutions will be involved and have a great part in investment in the way of utilizing the research and science in agriculture sectors. Here, this is just the information. It's not all about memorization. You find that the investment and how the OFIC start to hold that idea, and after that, a lot of other companies start to pop up, and they invest a lot of money, like more than 300 million Omani rial in agriculture sectors, all agriculture sectors, fisheries, and add to that water resources. So the policy here, the regulation started around 2007, 2008, because from that time, like jumping in the food prices started, a spike in global food prices started. So food security, I call it heart of Oman agriculture policy. It's actually at the heart. Food security is very important, okay? And mostly now, as mentioned many times, the government try to increase the local production, domestic production, and reduce the imports, reliance on imports. Within 5 years, 2011, 2015, directly like almost 5 years after the spike of global food prices started, the Sultanate spent and invested a lot of money for agriculture fisheries projects, around 4.9 billion in investment in agriculture. Not only agriculture projects, but also for upgrade the infrastructure for agriculture sectors. And accordingly, 2011, 2013, the self-sufficiency in the Sultanate increased by 32.8% in food production. So the results are clear. When you invest more, when you have an idea, when you have your own power in one sector, of course you're gonna reward that. So you invest more in agriculture and fisheries projects, so you got self-sufficiency in food production by that time, and increased to 32.8, which is really huge percentage. All right, so I'm wondering, you're with me, dear friends, or you're sleeping? I'm just wondering, you're with me? You understand?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so as you see now, I'm just talking about our society. I mean your society, right? So I believe this information is very important for you to know as agriculture. Inshallah, agriculture graduated and you're gonna work in agriculture. So I believe that this information is very important for you. All right. So the primary scene by the ministry, how they can develop the policy for agriculture productivity research development policy. It started by OFIC, and another partner came to that point, which is Tanfiz from the government. And they started to initiate and bring various sector to have like clear regulation, how to use the resources, what kind of problems we have, and how to face these problems, how to overcome these problems. And from that time, like fisheries, especially because, you know, Oman tried to invest more in the fisheries sectors. Fishery become one of the 5 sectors, along with huge sectors like manufacturing, tourism, transport, and mining. So even fisheries, one of the agriculture sectors, start to be included in the under Tanfidh party. So agriculture will benefit from this, from many different aspects, from even the food processing and production. There are many initiatives that start to pop up to the society, and the people start to know more about agriculture and agriculture sectors, all right, and manufacturing. Here, the policy, like under Tanfidh, as mentioned, so Tanfidh one of the partners start to work with policy, and they start to prepare whatever the document for National Fisheries Development Strategy, and they have a strategy 2013-20. This is what I could find, and according to strategy, the aim of the strategy to increase the contribution for fisheries, for fishing industry. And as mentioned many times before, the contribution will be measured according to the way, according to the part which will be included in GDP. And from the aim was like to increase from 9.6 million to 739.2 million. So it's like doubling the contribution. There are many initiatives launched and established by Tanfidh, and they are all intended to extend. Like the initiative were like from 2013 to until 20, and according to the vision, it will be extended to more than this. And here, the extension to increase and double the contribution in GDP, especially for fisheries, by 2023 to 3.4 billion Omani Rial. All right, those the like how here in Oman, how the idea is established, how they go for the implementation, how we measure the implementation and contribution for that sector in the GDP, but we still can measure also the performance. For example, the Central Bank of Oman is stating that GDP of agriculture and fisheries grow by 7% and reach this amount, 1.4 billion, and that accounting for 20% of the GDP overall. And also the sector's performance in 2015 and 2016. And that sector has like annual growth estimation, and the annual growth reached 14.1 and 9.3 2015 and 2016. So the Central Bank of Oman, actually a lot of statistics, and here according to the vision also they will expand the investment in agriculture and fisheries, and it will reach more than 7.6 in the first quarter of 2018 compared with previously 6.5. So you see how the investment is and the growth rate in the agriculture sector fisheries is increasing over the period of time. Also, the performance is still in the statistic analysis, and here not only for the contribution to the GDP, but also for employing. So here, 4.5% of all private sectors, the economy and employing is increased according to the 2017. I couldn't find 2020, and so now the twin goal I can say from the performance of working in investment in agriculture is we call twin goals. So improve and have food security in one hand and provide employment on the other hand. It's all about investment in different companies, private companies, government institutions. So you will open you will open a lot of port and a lot of areas for people to have more job, to have more employment in that port. All right. But we still have, of course, the challenges. What are the challenges we have here? I just try to cover mostly about agricultural land, like suitable land for agriculture in Oman is really limited because of many reasons, climate and topography. This is one of the reasons. And also annual rainfall is very low, 110 mm. This is according to the UN Oman. So this is also one of the very great challenges. I could find some information here like El Batna. I don't know this is the correct accent or not. El Batna is the countryside most agriculture important regions account to 60% of the production. So you can find 60% of the production in El Batna area. And actually they grow a lot of crops. Not only Al-Batna, but also in the border between Muscat and UAE, which is Al-Hajar mountain. Also, I'm not sure about how to pronounce Al-Hajar. I think this is the Al-Hajar and the Gulf of Oman. And also Al-Batna support more cultivation like dates, fruits, alfalfa, which is, anyone know what is alfalfa? And a lot of vegetables. Anyone knows what is alfalfa? Anyone knows what is the crop of? Yes? Anyone knows what is alfalfa? So a lot of crops primary cultivated and support in Al-Batna area, which is accounts for more 60%. Dates for sure, fruits for sure, some of the vegetables. And alfalfa is el-Barsim, by the way. Alfalfa is el-Barsim, okay?
Doctor, I'm from Al-Batna, but that the first time I listened to this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So what he grows the most, Fatma? What he can find the most in Al-Batna?
Dates, mango, lemon.
Yeah.
This
So
is the main product here.
Yeah. So dates, fruits, and these are the main. And not all fruits, of course. Some of the fruits. Alfalfa is in Barsim. Some of the areas covered with alfalfa, especially I can say from maybe September and October, which is because alfalfa is winter crop season. So not all areas can be cultivate this. I don't know, Batna maybe low temperature, Fatma, right? Right now, what kind of temperature you have?
Now it's low temperature.
Okay, so that's why.
In summer, high temperature.
In summer, yeah, in summer. So that's why here, maybe starting from September until maybe January or mid of February, we can have this alfalfa and some of the vegetables. But in summer the temperature will be increased. Not all crops can be cultivated. All right.
دكتور وش معناها بالعربي؟
البرسيم. You know, البرسيم. This is for animal fooders.
Yes. الأعلاف.
Yeah.
القط ما تدل على هو.
What, Noha? Okay, thank you, Fatma, for the information.
دكتور.
Yes.
معنى بالمحلي يسمى القط البرسيم.
بالمحلي بنسميه ايه؟ القط؟
ايوه.
بالعماني يعني.
ايوه.
صح.
Okay, thank you for this. I will write it down because I don't know how to say. El Barsim, this is the name which is like officially Arabic name. Okay. So this is the first part. Yes.
تقال جبال الحجر وليست الحاجة.
طيب كويس جدا ان انت قلتي لي تيماء، يعني اسمها، طب هي بالانجلش كده صح؟ الحجر ولا الحاجر؟
الحجر.
يعني نعمل ايه؟ we can just الحجر حجر نشيل صح كده الحجر right
أيوة.
okay thank you so الحجر mountain ليست الحاجر mountain all right yeah great yeah so perfect also here we can modify this name later inshallah I will modify this name later not only البطنة the area which like accounts for more of the 60% of the cultivation in the Sultanate of Oman but in coastal plains like near Salalah the capital city of Dhofar governorate there is also substantial cultivation for many different crops like banana, vegetables, maize, papaya, fodder also here we have. So some of the fooders and grasses. I think Salalah may be also one of the regions which is green all the time. This is what I have heard. Because of that, it accounts for also for a huge proportion in cultivation for many different crops here in the Sultanate of Oman. Inland, like in Al Hajr areas, there are many various wadis and valleys, which also contribute and constitute more of half of the Oman productive agriculture area. This because receiving a lot of rainfall in that area. That's why a lot of crops, mainly I can say date palms and other crops, but mainly for dates. Hopefully I covered that area for agricultural land, but here there are some numbers. Agriculture accounts for like 83% of Omani total world consumption. And out of that 83, 95% is coming and is derived from the groundwater. That's why it's really important to find a way how to develop the water resources. And I will talk about this in a second. 2/3 of water ground and groundwater stock are accessed by wells. I don't know how to say afflage maybe and wells. We're gonna cover this in a second also. The other third is coming from afflage, which is the traditional system of irrigation in that here you find in Oman. You have some long channels dug under the ground. So we call this is a traditional system of irrigation here. We call it afflage. You need to work more for the people who's gonna work and go for research. I think this will be huge areas to cover and to have a research on it. One of the ideas to form and to overcome the depletion of groundwater, as you see, 95% out of the 83% is relying on the underground water. So we need to develop. We need to have a kind of research. So here, increase the use of desalinization seawater. This is one of the points which can solve the problem. But you still need to work more in this also for like low cost technique and high quantity of water, because until now the desalinated water is around account 5% and 1% of the total consumption, respectively. So this is also very low number. We need to work more in this. There is a project which I could find, and that project increased the use of treated seawater in agriculture by private firm called Hayat Water. This is, I don't know how, but also the pronunciation, maybe Hayat. I don't know, Hayat or Hayat.
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 Hayat Campbell.
Hayat.
No,
Okay.
Hayat.
This is the correct way to write, Fatma?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes.
Okay. This is also they are building pipeline connect El Nasab seaweed treatment. ANSAB seaweed waste treatment plant. This is close to Muscat International Airport with the coastal city of Barka, where the treated water will be sold for farmers. So this is, I think, very huge and very nice project. So yeah, now you have the idea what we have on the floor and how we can develop this for you as could be a proposal for you to write it in assignment or later work. All right, for food production, now we just take agricultural land, water resources. How about food production? So for food production is also increasing, substantially increasing in the last decade. And the production is going from 1.2 million ton from all whatever 2000 whatever agriculture product 2008 until reach 2.6 million ton in 2017. And this is I think it's really huge within like 10 years, almost 10 years, and more than double production we have in the Sultanate of Oman. According to the statistical analysis, you can find, for example, vegetable crops account for this production. We have later figure also account for this number. Of course, this number is not for memorization. I'm just giving you how the agricultural product is increasing. Maybe this number is important for you, but these other numbers are just for to have a clear picture for different crops, vegetables, fruits, and even field crop like wheat and barley is both of them increasing. Animal fodder, for example, alfalfa is also increasing, and then the other root is grasses increased to 1.3 million tons. So huge increasing in the production. So the idea here is to of course to go for food self-sufficiency, and for that we need to have what we call a vision and transition from low value to high value crops. So this is the quotation or the words said by Ronald Jank in Sultan Qaboos University. So yeah, you need to invest more in agriculture sector to reach self-sufficiency. This is very important, country self-sufficiency. And that will, for the future, maybe goes and increase, raised from 70 to 80% as mentioned. But on the same time, for food industry, we have to have the transition from low value to high value crops, right? To increase the quality, to increase the way you produce, the agriculture practices you're doing. So from low value to high value crop, in order also to have a reward for producer and farmer, to have a reward and decrease the cost at the end. Here, according to the OFIC forecast, Mazoon dairy, El Mourouj dairy combined will add more around 96 ton of the production by 2020. And this also will cover the dairy. Dairy means, anyone know what is dairy? Dairy means منتجات الألبان يعني, from 67% by 2020 up to like before was 31 in 2015. So you see now it's more than double. Not only these companies, but also Al-Nama poultry, they will contribute more in extra production for chicken, around 30,000 tons by 2020. And this also will go for the self-sufficiency from 29 until 46. Al-Bashair meat also will have extra contribution in different, like, I don't know, they are working with red meat as far as I remember. And this also will raise the self-sufficiency from 36 in 2015 until 40 2020. So many different institutions, I can say, many different companies, they are working they try to raise the self-sufficiency in different agriculture sectors. As you see here, this is the total crop production in the Sultanate of Oman, starting, for example, this is the 1,000 tons, and 2011, you see this is the average, by the way, the average growth rate. So you see is the average growth rate is increasing. By 2017, it's almost, I can say, double of the growth rate, relatively related to the important crop production, like field crops, like vegetable crops, fodder crops, or fruit crops. This is the average growth rate from 2011 to 2017, almost 5 years. So you see how agriculture is really important and you see the increasing in the growth rate of agriculture. So your measure is very important, and it will come to the vision, very important. So you have to have qualified and requirement in order to have the job after graduation, inshallah. Development, like Oman spent a lot of money in this, heavily actually in agricultural research, especially in recent years. I can find some information, but so for numbers, I couldn't find like statistical numbers, how much they spend in agricultural research. But here's some of the information which will solidate your information, inshallah. So, and also, for example, as a team, we got even proposal in agriculture. If you remember our proposal right before Corona stopped everything, but inshallah we will go back and continue that. So there are a lot of like research council, they spend money in different research projects, not only agriculture, but for agriculture also they spend. And now, by the way, research council is not in I don't know how to say, it's already merged with Ministry of Higher Education and Creative Innovation Ministry. So TRC, they are providing a lot of, and they are investing a lot of money in research and development areas. This is what I wanna mention here. You can find also different institutions, like you find College of Agriculture and Marine Sciences in SQ, they are spending, and also the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water Resources, they have research centers. They spend a lot of money, they invest a lot of money in agriculture. Not only this, also you know, OFIC also support and try to work with a kind of logistic group called OGLG, and they are trying to include and focus more on research and development in order to improve the food security, food processing, storage, marketing, distribution clusters. So they have a lot of work, research development, and also this is good opportunity for you. If you want to search for job later, you can find job here, inshallah, for sure, inshallah. And also I could find that the company, I don't know what kind of company it is, but called the Asyad. I don't know, Asyad, is it okay also the pronounce or not? This is established, the CEO is Abdurrahman Al-Hatmi, CEO of the Asyad. This is around, I don't know, 2018 maybe. And we also spend a lot of and have a lot of investment in agriculture sectors, okay, with OGLG, the other Oman Global Logistic Group, and OFIC. So they are spending and they have a lot of investment in agriculture, research and development. So the priorities here in investment, according to Vision 2040, like have a lot of investment projects in production of milk and camel meat. This is number one. This is the priorities. And you know, the priorities like going one by one. So here, number two is increase the production of cubic meter of groundwater. We have a problem in groundwater, and we have a problem in water resources in general. So we need to increase we call water efficiency. We call water efficiency, right? And this will be related to the crop you're growing, for sure. Number three, raise the production and productivity of cow through genetic improvement. So also here, one of the very important investment area and trend here is to have more sophisticated varieties, and we call phenotype, cow phenotype, right? For genetic improvement in nutrition and dairy factories. Also, number four is to have and ensure the quality of safety of plant and animal products. So this is number four. Number five, like more investment in safe environment production for fodder. For example, as mentioned, alfalfa for feed more grain through the public-private partnership. And also, at the same time, you have to look carefully for water balance increase and work with fodder, this is okay, but on the same time with a relation with whatever you have from water resources, because water resources here increase the water efficiency, but for non-conventional crop of relative quality. So these are the priorities for investment trends. We have here like 5 different priorities, starting from camel milk and meat, moving to water efficiency, raise the cow genetic resources here, ensure the quality and safety for different plant animal products, and of course, different investment and more investment in a safe environment for production of fodder in one hand. This is here the real statement and statistic analysis for more important investment component in agriculture sector. So plant production, like arable land area here in Oman, 5.5 million fiddan. The agricultural land area is around 355,000 acres. The total area of exploited is around 240,000 acres. And this will be increased to more than 3,000 acres as ultimate goal. You can find the percentage of water resources around 83, okay, for agriculture sector. And also we have a water sources used for agriculture sector from even wells or affleage. You find 70% coming from wells, 30% is coming from, or the percentage of use from affleage. These numbers which I could find for the number of affleage and number of wells here, and the real and big picture of the plant production in the Sultanate of Oman. This is the investment enhanced food security and aspiration. Here, I just give you the idea. Don't worry, you don't need to. I think it's not all about memorization. Whatever is to have here is to have a clear picture and to understand the real circumstances and situation we have. So we need to achieve our goal in the Sultanate of Oman according to the strategic plan. So we need to invest more in enhanced food security. This is the most important. So for that, we need to continue to achieve many different food production for strategic or key crops. What we can say, for example, corn, for example, wheat, for example, rice, soybean. So these are keywords we need to increase. We need to achieve more increment in these production. On the same time, working with poultry. So a lot of poultry industries, not only poultry, even vegetables. So vegetables also one of the investment which we need to work with. The number of new projects under the implementation is really increased. Number of companies is, as mentioned, increased also. The enterprises, and this is also one of the very important area. So you cannot, if you cannot find government work, you can go for small project. You can go for small enterprises, and I encourage you to do this, inshallah, after graduation. So whatever I give today, you can think and you can do it. For sure, you will succeed, inshallah. If you have small nursery, if you have small lab for tissue culture, you can do it. If you have small company and business for marketing, you can do this. If you have a small transplant and you have a small farm for plant breeding, you can do this. So a lot of small and medium enterprise can also contribute to the goal. The number of investment is all the time increasing, and here this is the opportunities for employment is increasing all the time. The new companies, this is the expectation for the production for the plant product and animal product. More about attention for like project in apple, for example. This is one of the investment areas, and of course dairy product and meat. So a lot of investment in enhanced food security. Not only so when you look for the food security, it's not only for plant, it's all for agriculture sectors, as you see here. How about the promising investment opportunities? Not only in Oman, if you look a little bit wider in the CC countries, there is investment fisheries sectors. So through the like aquaculture. This is also one of the, this is one of my idea, which I'm hoping it's not related to my major, but I hope that we have aquaculture here in our college, so you can see the processing, you can see whatever is doing, the practically you can see, hopefully. So they are investing in fisheries sector. They also invest in plant production sector, like greenhouse. This is one of the very important protected agriculture. So for protected agriculture, you increase the production with the cube meter of land and also cube meter of water resources you have. So you will have high water efficiency and land efficiency on the same time. So they have investment in livestock sectors with production of different genotypes, improve the genetic resources they have. And I think here in Oman, there is also, I don't remember the areas, but maybe Jabal al-Akhdar, they have very rare genetic resources for livestock, and they are keeping this as geographical copyright in Oman, geographical rights, I can say. Investment also in modern agriculture. As you see the video, all the time agriculture is working and changing over the time. So more irrigation systems, more advanced irrigation system. We need to use water. We need to efficiently use water. So before we have like surface irrigation, which will not give you the water efficiency these days. We need to develop that. So we have right now, we have a sprinkle irrigation system, we have drip irrigation system, we have a lot of techniques. We can use technology in agriculture. So also investment in modern agriculture technology is running away. Not only this, for poultry, a lot of investment, educational system for cages, for the way to produce, for more marketing, for more preservance. So a lot of production and investment in poultry. Not only this, agricultural support services is coming. A lot of companies work with cooperative societies, small agriculture sectors, modern agriculture techniques, also very important, and agriculture processing. And that's it. So for the last point, we have also agriculture insurance. We covered this before. So we are facing, I mean, farmers, producers facing a lot of challenges. So the government or the parties working, not only government, maybe private body, try to have whatever, ensure the farmer not lose the production, not lose the efforts in the agriculture. So here, first launched in Oman, October 2017, like domestic insurance, namely national life and general insurance. This was the first one. Also Dufar insurance, Al-Madina Takaful and Arabia Falcon Insurance Company. These are how also in the Sultanate of Oman thought about agriculture insurance, very important. There are many reinsurance also scheme provided by Oman Reinsurance Company, the only firm offering the services in Oman, like reinsurance you scheme you have. The outlook is you invest more in agriculture. This is what is the general outlook, a result of why you invest more. You're gonna have self-sufficiency. You will cover the food production gap. You will have food security in your eyes. As I say, food security is the heart of Oman strategic plan, as mentioned. So a lot of projects are running and a lot of opportunities for you, a lot of initiatives for different agriculture sectors. So inshallah, you're gonna have bright future, dear friends. And that's all for research and development chapter. Okay. I hope I give you clear picture about that topic. This is what I wanted to explain in that part: agriculture productivity, research development policy. But I just take it from the Sultanate of Oman point of view, which from my point is more important than I say the regulation in Canada Canada, the regulation in the US. Of course, we need to know that, but most important first for us is to know what we have in our land, what we have in our society, so we can work, we can think in an innovation way to overcome and face these challenges. All right, so I give you guys, if you don't have any question, I give you guys 5 minutes. So we're gonna prepare for our presentations today. Today we have two presenters. Inshallah, we're gonna have Noha and Malek today, right? Malek is gonna talk about traceability, agricultural product, and Noha will talk about what you talk about. Noha, can you remind me?
Food safety regulation in Oman.
Perfect. Food safety regulations in Oman. Perfect. So you guys can go for break and we will prepare for our presentation. Noha and Malek, just stay with me. For the other guys, you can go and drink something and come back after 5 minutes, inshallah. Okay, I will just stop here recording.